Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is HD Starcraft and I'm here to bring you guys another Heart of the Swarm broadcast. And it's been a couple of days. I did take a bit of a break. I know I said I was going to cast every day, but something did come up. But I am here to go ahead and bring you guys another game from DreamHack Stockholm. And this is from the round of 16. And we've got two really good and very aggressive players here. I don't have the entire set, just going to be casting one game from this series. But today I will be casting a couple. I'll be casting more than one set because I feel like I should make it up to you guys. So down in the bottom right hand corner we do have the red Zerg player. His name is Liquid.TLO and he is going to be spawning in the bottom right of Star Station. And you know, you guys all know he's very creative, very aggressive Zerg, but today he might just meet his match because in the top right hand corner we've got Alliance's Naniwa. He's going to be the blue Protoss player in the top right hand corner of Star Station. And Naniwa kind of made famous for his one base aggression, especially against Zerg. He's got a very good strategies, very good build orders. You know, he can go Phoenix, he can go one base Naniwa style gateway aggression, and with the Mothership Core now, it's a new unit that Protoss can use. Oracles can be very successful as well, although they're used more, I think, against Terran than they are against Zerg. But I'm really interested to see how this is going to play out because it is two of the most aggressive players in their racial category, if you can say it as such. And very interested to see, you know, if they both try to go for the throat here, we could possibly see all hell break loose. So very cool. This is going to be, once again, just one game out of this set. The rest of the replays were not available. But I will be casting another set today, so I'll have, I guess, more than one game, more than just this game coming out. So hopefully you guys enjoy, and settle in, get ready, grab your favorite beverage. It's time for a Protoss versus Zerg, and it looks like the little one's Overlord has already made its way over to the top right-hand corner, is going to be sniffing out everything that's going on over here in the top right-hand corner. That's right, Overlords have a keen sense of smell. And eyes, they've got like 8 of them. But right now we can see that Naniwa is going for his patented one base opening. He's got a gateway, he's got a cyber core gas, and this allows Protoss to go for a mothership core. They can be aggressive with additional gateways if they want to as well, and they can also expand just a little bit later. But the thing about this build that it's really beautiful is it keeps the Zerg from grabbing a third hatchery. Almost against every other Protoss player, you grab the third really quickly. Now against Naniwa and his build here, you cannot get the third hatchery down right away. You actually have to stay on 2 bases for a little bit longer, just because you got to keep your opponent honest. You don't know if he's going to attack you. You know, he could even cancel this Nexus and throw down 3 more gateways, and boom, you've got a 4 gate at your front door. You've got to keep your opponent honest, and usually most Zergs don't opt to go for a quick third because of that. So I think that's what the little one's going to do. He's going to play it safe. He does see that the Nexus is coming down, so he'll want to drone up to keep his 2 bases saturated, and he'll want to keep the possibility of going for a third pretty soon here. In fact, wow, he's actually, no, I was gonna say, is that drone going to make another hatchery? But no, not yet. I would say that's pretty suicidal to make a third this early on, but the little one will have to keep it in the back of his mind. You don't want to fall behind because it's 2 bases versus 2 bases right now, and typically, you know, Protoss, they've got the advantage in that kind of scenario. But the Nexus isn't quite up yet. We can see that Naniwa is working down the unbuildable plates right here, just to open up a possibility of building a building there. And it looks like he's got a nice wall going on here too with a Zealot, and looks like we've got 2 gateways here, so really nice wall from Naniwa. And you know, the other kind of nice thing about opening with this build is you don't need to be aggressive. Just the possibility of aggression with the build order is enough to, you know, strike fear in the heart of your enemies. And now it looks like Naniwa is going to push out a little bit. He's got a pylon a probe coming, no doubt for a pylon, and he's got warp gate about to finish up here, about 15 seconds away. The little one now is going for a hatchery at the 6 o'clock position, but we can see that Naniwa is going to be aggressive here, and this is exactly what I was looking forward to seeing. 2 very aggressive players going at it, and it looks like we're gonna have a Stargate follow-up from Naniwa as well. Very interesting. We could see Void Rays or Phoenix here, maybe even an Oracle, but I would be more heavily weighted toward Void Rays or Phoenix. And here comes this probe. It is going to check for the 3rd expansion, and it is there, but it looks like the Zerglings are going to take out that pylon. That's a big takedown right there, because by doing that, obviously, the little one doesn't have to worry about reinforcements warping in at that location. Meanwhile, the mothership core is going to be coming in through the through to the 6 o'clock position and trying to protect that pylon, but unfortunately was unable to. Meanwhile, a lot of zealots chasing down this queen, and the queen is going to go down, so the mothership core is going to stay alive. And now this hatchery is going to take a lot of damage unless the little one can save it in time. He's bringing all of his Zerglings over right now, and Naniwa is going to try to get in position. He drops the time warp field. Beautiful time warp. And remember, Time Warp does not affect Protoss units underneath, at least not allied Protoss units. And so it looks like Naniwa is going to be able to take out the hatchery of the little one, and this is a massive, devastating blow to the little one because you lose a hatchery. It's just absolutely terrible. And now the little one going to try to get us around with all of his Brootlings. This is great for him, but he loses his queen. And these Zealots, I mean, they don't have +1 weapons, but they are just shredding these Zerglings regardless, and a mothership recall to bring the rest of the forces home. The little one right now is in a lot of trouble, and this is exactly the kind of thing that you've got to be worried about when you're playing against a player like Naniwa. The aggression, you don't know when it's coming, and when it hits, it could be all but over. Now the little one, I think, might be forced, I don't know, he's going for a new hatchery, but he is going to try to be aggressive at the front door here. Unfortunately for him, he's not going to be able to punch a hole through this wall. This is pretty much Zergling proof. We've also got a couple of sentries here, one with full energy, and that just means a lot of force fields. So these Zerglings are not going to be able to break through. It's highly unlikely. And I'm just looking at some of these tabs here. I mean, the little one has less drones than probes. He's lost way more in resources lost. Now we've got air units coming out here from Naniwa, and granted, one of these is hallucinated, it looks like, but you know, regardless, this is not looking good for TLO, and it looks like in order for him to get back in the game, what he's going to try to do is kind of a variant on you know, he's kind of stuck in a hole right now. You've got two options. You can be aggressive, or you can try to go super eco to the point of where it's very bold and risky, and I think that's what the little one is going to do. He's going to go for the bold and risky play here and double expand, and really, that's his only option. Unfortunately for him, though, the hallucinated Phoenix saw that hatchery coming out, and now Naniwa, all he has got to do is say, alright, it's time for me to push and either grab a third Nexus or crush one of these expansions that's now plopping down. And I don't know if Naniwa's forces are large enough yet to push because he's been teching up in the background. He's going for Colossus here. And so the little one here doesn't have to worry, I don't think, about a push anytime soon. And he is just trying to make sure that these Zealots stay on their side of the map by being aggressive at the front door here. But the little one has to be concerned about an eventual push from the enemy forces. And right now it looks like the little one just has so many Zerglings coming out. I do like how he's adding on a Hydralist, and he'll need some type of anti-air to deal with the Stargate forces coming out for Naniwa. And now look at this surround by the little one. He might be able to take out all these forces. None of the Zealots or the Zerglings have +1 weapons, but it looks like the little one is going to get a beautiful surround here. And all these force fields coming down. They do protect one sentry, but it looks like the Zealots on the outside were able to just barely hold their ground. And once again, let's pull up the units lost tab. The little one has still lost a lot more. I mean, that's about 3 times more, almost 3 times more than the Protoss player has lost. And so Naniwa is still sitting pretty right now in this matchup, and he's about to add on Colossus, which is going to devastate these Zerglings and their counterpart Hydralisks. The little one gonna try to make a break for the natural expansion. If he could only get into the back of the natural here, he could just absolutely tear up those probes. Unfortunately for him, Naniwa is all over it. He's warped out additional Zealots. He's brought the weakened one out to the front and replaced it with a fully refreshed one. And the little one just doesn't have any real opening to get into the, you know, the back of the base. One would almost assume he's got to try to go for like a Nidus or Overlord drop or something, but the thing is, I don't think he can afford the tech to get up there as he's adding on a Spire already. And so I guess he's going to try to go for the sky, for some sky units here, maybe Mutalisks, but he's got to be worried about this ground attack from Naniwa. And look at this, we've got a Warp Prism on the right hand side as well. It looks like the Warp Prism is going to go down, and it is taken out at the very last second. Now these Zerglings and Hydras, will they be enough to stop this army? +1/+1 now finishing up for both armies, which is, you know, pretty big. The upgrades is going to keep both sides on the same level here, and 8 more Hydralisks about to pop out. That could be just enough of a deterrent to stop Naniwa in his tracks, and it looks like Naniwa is going to in fact pull back. Could we actually see the little one coming back in this game? The one thing I'm a little bit worried about is, you know, they're Colossus now. And Zerglings and Hydras, they typically don't fare too well against Colossus. Although, if these Hydras have Hydra speed, that does help them quite a bit. Gonna go ahead and check here. Do they have Hydra speed? No, he actually went for range first, which is kind of interesting. Usually, I think most Zerg players opt to go for Hydra speed, but the little one going for range first here. Grooved Spines is the upgrade he decided to go for. And we'll see if he decides to add on Hydra speed anytime soon. He'll definitely need it. It looks like he's going to invest all of his gas, rather, into a bunch of Mutalisks here. And this is, I mean, it's risky, I feel like. I almost feel like he should have went for Corruptors. You know, seeing how many Colossus there were on the field, Mutalisks, they have the possibility of also taking out probes, but they don't kill off Colossus nearly as quickly, so it's a big risk here going for Mutalisks, in my opinion. And now look at all these Stalkers on the field, and Blink is on the way. You know, the little one here is going to have to pick his battles wisely. He's going to actually bring his Mutalisks around the back of the main here, going to try to go for a backstab attack, and he's going to take out a couple of probes here. Meanwhile, though, this Colossus ball is going to take out this hatchery, I think, although maybe the little one's just going to go for the homeland here. Meanwhile, it looks like all the Zerglings and Hydras have come around the back here, and we have a full-on base trade for the little one and Naniwa, and in a way, I feel like this might not be a bad choice from the little one. Honestly, he can't take out this army head-on, so he's going to try to just take it out he's going to try to basically go base race strategy, but he's now pulling back all of his forces because the Mothership Core recalled a chunk of the Protoss army back home, and of course that means that the little one is not going to be able to do the base race he wanted to, and now he could lose his lair. He's got to bring all of his forces back home. Will he be able to save it in time? The Metal is going to try to take out these forces, but the Zealots with +1 weapons are just wailing out on the lair, and the lair has fallen. The lair has fallen. All the Hydras are coming back home. This Protoss army is going to get taken out. Now, the question is, was it worth it for Naniwa to risk a pretty large army there to just take out the lair? I think both sides losing, you know, a lot of forces, but maybe the little one didn't come out so badly in that engagement. He will need to get some Overseers right now, or a Spore Crawler. It looks like a Spore is coming up right now, because of course we do have some Silent Assassins coming in. Meanwhile, the little one adding on another hatchery in the bottom left-hand corner of the map. These ZTs are going to try to sneak into the main base, and meanwhile, one is also at the natural, but the little one is using the hold position command to try to keep the Dark Templar away from the walls. Unfortunately, it's not going to be helpful enough, it looks like. Meanwhile, Spore Crawler in the back is going to protect the main hatchery, and the peripheral one is saved as the Spore Crawler comes in. But here comes the Protoss army, and Naniwa is just bringing the pain here. I don't know really if the little one's going to be able to stop this attack. If you look at the army supplier now, it's 156 to 142, and here comes the little one, but he gets force fielded, and the Muta is really just not as good as Corruptors are against against Colossus, and I think this army is going to get taken down. Naniwa is going to take the victory, it looks like, ladies and gentlemen, and there's nothing the little one can do to stop this. It's just superior play by Naniwa, and the little one has to call GG. Naniwa is victorious. Wow. So pretty back and forth action game right there, with Naniwa able to take the win here in the round of 16. Very, very cool. I will be casting an entirely different set for you guys here from DreamHack, and of course, once again, if you guys enjoy what you see, please do subscribe. And I'm at YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter at HD Starcraft. Anyways, I'll have one more set of games for you guys today, and I'll see you guys then. This is HD signing out.